freedom ain't free. Pay the cost. Look, you gotta be like him, or be like her. The revolution gonna reoccur. We say cool, be Jalil. Who really wanna get free for real? Be a soldier, be a rebel. Who wanna take it to another level? Be a G, be a lay. If you want some liberation, better start today. Don't be like Mike, we gotta be like Fred Hampton. That's right, that's what I said. You gotta be the Honda, be the Sata, baby in the right for black power mama. Be no snitch and don't be no pig. Comrades come and get your snitch away. Just be yourself, that's enough. What you really wanna be when you grow up? Everybody wanna be a star today. So much going on in the galaxy. Jimmy said he wanna be a rapper, but have you ever thought of being an adapter? 10 years from now, will you be able to change? Will you love the game and will you think the same? Will you think I ain't fucking with no capitalism? You don't pay your taxes and you throw you in prison? What you really know about sacrifice? Give me a life, pay the price. The price of freedom is death sometimes. Whether that's and dumb, death and blind. Make a look hard, lose breath and mind. P. Newton came just in time to wanna be like him. I'm getting it in until they open the pen because we're pressing the win. Hasta victoria siempre. I am Fidel, I am Jay, I am Tucson, I'm Singay. Us revolutionary sensei. See, I work for the people, the streets is my office. So Uncle Sam, keep your damn hands up office. It's about to be a riot from the worker to the bosses. Obama gon' just double cross us. Look, and you gotta be like him, or be like her. The revolution gonna reoccur. We say cool, be Jalil. Who really wanna get free for real? Be a soldier, be a rebel. Who wanna take it to another level? Be a G, be a lay. If you want some liberation, better start today. Be free, like a breeze in the ocean. Be free to be who and where you wanna be. Yeah, I wanna be free like that.
Okay. We had another episode of Talk Black to Me. Talk Black to Me. And we got some special guests today, y'all. We got my man Berto.
Peace.
From Black Man
Bill.
And we got Pernia.
That's me.
From Black Man Bill also.
Correct.
And we got Chairman Fred Hampton Jr.
Honored and humbled to be here.
And of course, we got my co-host, Pam Africa.
Mama Pam.
And also my co-host, my producer, my everything, Mike Africa Jr. And
I feel special.
And we got your host, Donna G. Odinga. Hey. So, you know, yeah, that joint ain't working out. Hey, we coming off a beautiful couple days. A beautiful couple days. You know, last week we told y'all that this week we would be celebrating the struggle of Mumia Abu Jamal. And yesterday we had a rally that told fire to the streets. You know, people called me and talked about it, and people we were high off of it the rest of the day. We had some great speakers all that day. It was a lot going on, and if y'all wasn't there, y'all missed out. Y'all missed out. That's the only thing I can say. Y'all missed out.
On YouTube.
But you can catch it on YouTube, like my co-host said.
Where they find it on YouTube?
Where they find it on YouTube?
We'll see.
Go to the Mumia's,
Mumia, if you Google Mumia.
Google Mumia. Hey, yeah, Mumia is a household name.
Yeah, we Google Mumia and you'll find it. If you can't find it, we're going to put it on my live so people will know where it's at. How about that? If y'all have any questions, put them in the comments and we'll try to get to them towards the end. Okay? I want to ask y'all, I want to ask everybody, I'm going to ask y'all individually.
Okay.
About yesterday, we heard a lot of people speak. We heard a lot of people talk. We talked, we learned, we did some things. Starting with you, Berto.
Yeah.
Tell me something that you heard yesterday that was beneficial or that you liked or you want to talk about.
I appreciate the question. It was a lot of things. Number one, hard to narrow it down to one, but I try to pick the thing that resonated with me the most. Number one, the inspiration. The brother Mumia talked about embodying what are you going to do to free Mumia once the parade is over, the rally's over. Like, what are you going to do and how you going to show up in your everyday life that's going to lead to him being free? I walked away with that, really thinking about weekly, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, what action am I going to take and hold myself accountable to, and get out there to people I network with that they can do to help lead to his liberation.
Right, that was one thing that resonated with myself. That was one thing that that I thought about myself, and it brought me back to something that my father had said right before he died to me.
Okay.
It made me think of that, you know, and I think I spoke about it last night when we was all together. My father told me not to leave this earth without leaving something big or something small. He said, don't leave this earth without leaving something big or something small.
Do something.
Do something for the upliftment of our people, for the struggle of our people. You know, so you know, that's important. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in the Hollywood of everything that's going on. But this is a real struggle. It's a real struggle. And real lives are being taken. Real lives are being hurt. Real lives are being helped. Real lives is being doing a lot of things. So we really have to really have to think about this. We really have to think about this and figure out what do we bring to the struggle of our people. What do we bring to the struggle of oppression of the poor? You understand what I'm saying? So we really got to think about this, and this ain't no joke. This ain't like nothing to be like played with, like, you know, some you know, like Tom and Jerry or something. Like this ain't that. This ain't that. This is real. People are dying because of oppression.
Poverty. People
are dying because of poverty.
You
know, so these are things that that was a very important thing that Daruba spoke about, and that stuck with me also. Fred, tell me something that you know that you either you talked about or that you heard or that you want to share from yesterday.
You know, I go look this as an organizer. I look at events like, you know, like with a critical analysis. Like it's kind of like, you know, like it says chef when when he goes to the restaurant, he eats food. His palate tastes. You know what I'm saying? He looks for a certain. He defines it. You know what I'm saying? Like even being involved in having an opportunity, like being behind a movie set. I come in, I look at commercials and stuff more critical. You know, like they had to move this, move that. Said all that to say that just even touching down, you know, just the different dynamics with taking the transportation, how people, you know what I'm saying, people's energy, people's their willingness to put in work, you know what I'm saying, the energy yesterday, you know what I'm saying, people want to be involved in this, you know what I'm saying, and we, you know, we have people moving, and like a lot of times when people see these events, especially when us, you know, like, because terms such as organized, we give, you know what I'm saying, like some other terms have been watered down, and a lot of people see these events, they're really like, they have state sanctioned events, or, you know what I'm saying, the ruling class is set up on, and, you know what I'm saying, and people, you know, they under uncontested conditions. You know what I'm saying, to say, like, a lot of people come in, oh, this is nice, they will set up the rooms, the transportation, but us, going against the grain, you know what I'm saying, I mean if we fight, you know what I'm saying, fight for the minds and hearts of the people, things, you know what I'm saying, just even, because the deal is, as Field Marshal George Jackson said, capitalism not only affects the economy, but it affects the psyche of the people. And how a lot of us don't even believe that we, you know, so we, you know, does it have a USDA stamp, not only on the meat or the food, but also on the event or a program? As Mumia, is that okay to talk about? You know what I'm saying? So we have to even doing it, you know what I'm saying, going to win people like the momentum. Like you could pick up and I flash back through years when we march and you go through some different neighborhoods. I remember some years back we came through and you could see like the progression of people, saying the morale and confidence of the people, you know what I'm saying? You know, they coming out, they getting involved, they supporting, endorsing, you see the build up. I think back even yesterday, not just yesterday, I move around through the crowd, you know what I'm saying? The front and the back, and you feel the energy of the people, you know what I'm saying? And just to see that dynamic, just see them, you know, the process of it, like, you know, people, like, you appreciate it more. Like, you know, you can see, like, you know, because you're coming in and stuff that, one of the things that a lot of times we, as organizers, we may make it look easy. People think it's easy, but these are subject matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need the state has had an execution date on, I mean, like literally a hit on this, they had a hit on the head of Mumia Jamal. And many of us, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk. Most definitely.
And these are subject matters that you don't supposed to speak about. And to build the confidence of the people to speak about it, to acknowledge it, then to get involved in it, and that whole process. I'm digging it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can see it. People coming up, you know what I'm saying? They getting involved in it. You see the confidence. I dig that. I dig that. Yeah, amongst other things, I dig that whole dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you move things from one place to the next.
Real talk. Real talk.
All of those people together, those minds together, those ideas flowing, and then, you know, putting these plans into action. That's how you make moves.
Real talk. And these are dynamics that you can't just get theoretically. Like a lot of people say, they want, you know, they give them to read about it, but that theory and practice that we do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
You know, and you know, so it's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? That people, there's a connection to Mumia Jamal yesterday. There was a connection.
The spirits was very high.
You know what I'm saying? Big man, intense.
The spirit so high that one of the things that I did see that you often don't see in a lot of our rallies and marches, people joined in from the sidewalk.
Yeah, and even
from the sidewalk was like, huh? What's going on? Mumia. Oh, okay, I'm coming. And they got the girl carried her baby carriage and got in the street and came over and marched right along with it.
And even when there were contradictions, we dealt with them. See, Malcolm X said, even our mistakes belong to us. See, that's a different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? See, that dynamic of self-determination. You know, it's different. Then you go to a certain place and say, well, this was put together. I say, yeah, but who pulled the strings with that? You felt they had a, you know, how we dealt with contradictions. You know what I'm saying? The people, you know, it was phenomenal. You know, so even everything that, you know, and hands-on, I mean, I'm going to pay them to, you know, I mean, different dynamic to my, I mean, I have to go into details, but when the food's being served to her, you turn around, she getting up there to getting the food served, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, not that we got like be on a pivot. You know, there's certain things that our people come in like, okay, where's the itinerary? We have a template, we have a skeleton laid out. However, but the people bring that blood, you know what I'm saying? The artery, you know what I'm saying? Her great grandson, you know what I'm saying?
That was beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? This stuff, you look at this, is that on the itinerary? You can't plan all these different dynamics out. You know what I'm saying? But you see the whole process and how it impacts the overall energy of the mobilization.
Right. Yeah. So, sister, what you
you just made me change my answer.
Well, that's all right. You can change it.
That's all right.
We're going to discuss there's so many things to discuss about yesterday. I think we're going to go around 3-4 times.
Sure. I was going to say something Mark Lamont Hill said, which is like, of course, Mark Lamont Hill said something that I'm going to take away. So I'm going to talk about that anytime. But you mentioned watching people become activated in the space. Yeah. And one of the things that just hit so close to me and it was so impactful to me was watching your grandson speak, even if it was just to introduce you, and hearing the backstory as to the fact that it was his first motion in the streets with us, and he had just learned.
Never been to a demonstration.
That's how things get passed along, even from
that
one
was so
generation
beautiful.
to the next.
I thought that was so beautiful. It was so real.
Yeah.
It wasn't like staged, like the chairman is saying. It wasn't staged. This was real.
Piggybacking off of that, his reaction and the light in his eye. I've known I know his mom, right? And I've known her since she was, I mean, we're not close, but I've known her since she was a child. And I remember when she had him, and I haven't seen him since then though. And to see him now, and then to see his reaction and his level of respect, that was amazing for me. You know, because a lot of our kids and grandkids, they've seen things. They've seen the movement from a very close and personal perspective. So a lot of times, it's kind of like giving you your favorite meal for 10 years. Eventually, you're gonna get tired of it because you've had it so much. It's like, I want something else. You take it for granted. You don't realize, you know. So you know, a lot of times, you know, people move into other spaces because they've done it. They understand it. It's not like they don't like it necessarily, or they don't want to be a part of it necessarily. They understand it, but they've been involved in it so much that they just move to other things. But to see him yesterday was very refreshing. It was very refreshing to see his behavior and his movement and his respect. And when he heard names, he's like, oh, like you could see the light in his eye. It was very, very encouraging.
The one thing that he said, he told Mama Pam, he said, I'm your security for the day.
That's right.
He said, I'm your security for the day.
See it in his
You know?
eyes.
Yeah. And I pulled him to the side at some point later and I said, you're taking my spot. I'm usually right by her side doing these type of things. So you go ahead, brother. And he smiled and he was happy, you know. So that was decent, you know. Mama Pam, tell us.
You know, I had children that was raised in the movement, born in the movement. And I had 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. And my oldest son, daughter, and this is her child, a great-grandchild. And when he was, I think he was about 7 or 8, and my daughter was walking down, my granddaughter was walking down the street with him near Susquehanna, near the park, near 33rd Street.
Strawberry Mansion.
Strawberry Mansion, yes. And shootings had started happening. My grandchild and my granddaughter and my great-grandson, her son, had to duck. One time they had to get up under a car to get away from the shooting. And another time they had to duck, you know, down the street, just out going to the store. My granddaughter is very protective of her son. And that she winded up, you know, this is her only child, sending him down south to save his life. And his father and his wife, we are family. And you know, we are a family. My granddaughter loved him, loved his wife and his other children and us. That's, you know, we're very close in it. But he wasn't brought up around us. He knew me as grandma. He happened to see me on TikTok. And he said, that's my grandma. You know? And he said, asked his mom to tell him more. So she says, and this wasn't too long ago, talk to your grandmother. This demonstration was coming up. And I told him, you know, I wanted him to come with me. And I wanted him to see what it is I'm about. I wanted him to feel the people. I took him around and I took pictures. I took pictures with Brother Fred, Chairman Fred. Let me tell you why I say it like that. Because Chairman Fred's mama, Akua, will not allow anyone to call her son anything but Chairman Fred. And he is, it's like, this is Chairman Fred when he was born, when Chairman Fred life was taken, it went into the body of her, and out came Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. She don't let nobody ever forget, and he lives up to that name. So I want my grandson, to talk with him. And you know, and I told him, not only when you talk with him, go back and look at who his father is. It's documentaries. Then go and see who he is. And then they got a film called the Judas and the Black Messiah. And you know, then you know, I had him take. Did you get your picture right? No.
With him?
Yeah.
It
was
I
so many people
I took a
there.
picture with him, yeah.
And
that
I made sure that each person knew that this was my great grandson.
Yeah, sure did.
This is his first event.
I think you told me about 4 or 5 times.
Learning. Anybody that came near me knew. And I took pictures so that he can learn firsthand. He have an opportunity that a lot of our children have. And all, but this was an opportunity of a lifetime to meet, the people on the front line that's fighting for his life and the life of other people, and so that he can get to know them. And you don't have to look for a hero in a comic book, and a basketball player, and a football player. Here we are. Here we are fighting for the air, the water, the soil. Here we are fighting inside the schools for better education. Here we are fighting for housing. Whatever injustice that there is, they were there. The people was there. That's why I wanted him to see and him to meet. And he was like, Sister Yane said to him, she says, I want you to introduce your grandmother. He was like, who, me? She said, no, I don't want to, he wanted to. He said, but I'm scared. She said, you can do it. And he got up there and he did his thing. And he continued. What I loved about him is when I introduced him to different people, he looked, and I'm watching him as we're moving through, he was sucking up that good energy, that good energy. That seed was planted. And I'm just really, really thankful. But let me tell you, yesterday and today, and I talked with Mama Kua, your mama, and she was telling me she seen the whole thing she watched it all. And what she was impressed with was the elders that was, on walkers, in wheelchairs, and on canes.
Wait, hold up. They wasn't only in wheelchairs and canes. They was on motorcycles. They was on motorcycles. Mama Pig was on the back of a motorcycle with the red, black, and green flag in the air. So you right there. The elders was strong. They was representing. What they represented.
Real talk.
And teaching and talking and exampling. Because some people say, Daddy, that's something I did a while ago. I'm not doing. You still doing the same thing? Well, look at us. All colors, all ages, and all children, little children, paying attention, getting educated. This is what this government feels. This that constant push, and here it is. We done went through a pandemic. We done went through a whole lot of things. And here this demonstration is, I think this is the first big one we had since the pandemic. We had some, but since that pandemic, and I know, let me tell you one thing, I watch the cops as well. And these cops, a lot of them black ones, they're not strong enough to be us. But you can see them. You can see them. Now, make no mistake. If they giving that order to kick your ass, they gonna do that.
They're gonna try.
But they do that. I got my ass kicked a lot of times by them motherfuckers. They was trying. They was whipping. And they split my head, knocked my teeth out, broke my damn leg. Them motherfuckers wasn't trying. They were doing. But the thing they see, we gut punch, we fight the fuck back, because any of them that hit on me, they got it back. Because see, the thing is, we got the strength of God now. And we got that strength of God. They knew that they was in a damn fight. But what I'm saying is that respect. They fear they bosses. And they want that paycheck. They don't want to be without that. But when they see real people, you can't help but see it. I'm watching. I watch the white ones and the black ones.
Talking about this last night.
Right. And they are not just talking, I'm just not talking about the black cops. I'm talking about the white ones as too, because the same oppressor that's oppressing us, they're getting oppressed by the same people. They have to work, not as much as we do. Not as much as we do, but oppression is oppression.
They ain't getting oppressed.
No, they definitely not getting oppressed.
Right, they ain't getting oppressed. I ain't even like that. But listen, that is real important. And one thing that I saw that we usually don't see, like the cops usually, they give you a face to let you know we ain't on your side, the black cops. But most of them didn't get that face yesterday. A lot of them didn't get a face that I've seen in the past. One of them walked up and said, "Excuse me, sir, is that your motorcycle?" I said, "Yes." He said, You left the lights on. Like, okay, my fault, pig. You know, so like they was like, you know, like they really, like you can tell, like,
Appreciate that, pig.
you can tell that some of them wanted to be there.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell. You can tell. So you know, one thing my father always talked about is that you always have to do something. You always got to do something to change, and you always talk about it too, changing the minds of the people. You know, and once you start seeing the minds of people like them, who's supposed to be the security of oppression, start to change, you know we doing something good. Something is happening. And the spirit is changing. The vibe is changing. You know, and we see it. We're seeing it more and more every day. More and more every day. More and more every day. It's been times when we go down there and it be 10 people. Yeah. And you know, we carry it like it's 100. But it be 10 of us. And Pam might say, all 10 of y'all get in the street. We ain't let none of them by. Yeah. And all 10 of us get in the street. Yeah. All 10 of us.
Shut it the fuck down.
And shut it down.
That's exactly what
we didn't need 10 people yesterday. The whole, it was a crowd and we shut it down. Yeah. It didn't take 10 people. Yeah. It didn't have to be only 10 people. And so you see it growing and growing and growing and growing. Right. And that shows that the spirits is changing.
If I can tag team with y'all, you know, just even on a couple of points, like regards, like in our community, like discussions like generational wealth, or and I think it's important. And I'm not saying it's like a pessimist, but put it in context to show how, like even yesterday, the moves with the generations is revolutionary leaps and bounds are being made, because the deal is acknowledge those contested conditions that we are subjected to, like we say, why you pass down generational wealth or just information, but everything, like so many cases our grandmothers really had to put the house up for the bond somebody out of jail, since the finance companies ripped them off, you know what I'm saying? So it's difficult for, like, to pass down generational wealth information. The foster care system coming through, dropping on the people. So it's even a lot of times, our community is so destabilized. So that move, this discussion that we having, I'm just trying to put it, how phenomenal it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the deal is, in many cases, we just to plant those seeds is like, because Malcolm X is a youngster, you know what I'm saying? The child of, both his parents, and UNIA, organizing Mosiah Garvey. Yeah. And though he went through different things in his life, you know what I'm saying? Detroit Red, so on and so forth. But that impact, those formative years, you know what I'm saying? John Amos, who played James Evans on Good Times, his grandparents stayed in Gary, Indiana, and their house was a layover for the Garveyites. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So these different dynamics, you know what I'm saying? How it can impact you. You know what I'm saying? You say, I heard this before. And just put that in context. And also, the timing is, you put it like during the 60s, it was sad to say, because one of the major disadvantages that we have in the black community is a non-acknowledged war. And it's a war being waged, but sometimes people can't relate to it. That's happening to other communities. You see the climate. We see what's happening in Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? The ministry people drew the correlation to the occupying army, and in Vietnam to the troops in Detroit, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So we say, damn. I tell you, it becomes the norm for us. This is a climate now. You know what I'm saying? We on the heels of a reactionary climate, but with a certain dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it was certain back that era of the 60s. It was discussion going on all over the world. It was common discussion. People talking about the Tet Offensive. What happened in Vietnam? You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the people of the lake. Just regular, you know what I'm saying, Vietnam, Africa, you know what I'm saying? That type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Right, as opposed to a subjective thing, like I'm worried about me and my house right now. It was a whole climate. And the good, the bad, and the different. Whether the big stick or the carrot, the Machiavellian tactics of Kennedy, as well as that of the Nixon. It forced a dynamic. You know, when we came to the campaign of Law and Order, the music, the artists, all that. Right now, you hearing discussions now. You know what I'm saying? They relate to what Lennon said, that what takes people 20 years to learn ordinary times, they can learn in 2 years of revolutionary times. Just with the college campuses, what's happening right now, you know what I'm saying? The world, You know what I'm saying? The people come out, so it's the conscious level is open to be embraced, to have certain conversations. People say, ain't no neutral, ain't no, I don't know about that political stuff, you know what I'm saying? Every dynamic, you come, the music, the electoral politicians, they're not even these rappers, no, the people calling the question, they hold, what's the name, DJ Khaled. They said, why he ain't sitting about Palestine right now? You know what I'm saying? Used to be a time when they can sit back. It never even comes up with them. You know what I'm saying? The end is being up. Like, they say, no, ain't no, which way your positioning on something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's, yeah, and that goes back to showing and talking about just what we talking about, And it's just, man, struggle is in the air.
Yeah.
Struggle is in the air.
Yeah.
It's in the bloodstream.
Man.
And whose side are you on?
Yeah, it's coming down to that. It's coming down.
And you know what else is happening too? Because talking with Betty Davis today, and she was very impressed with with everything.
Yes, she is.
Says, but you see, you be singling one thing. When you just talking about Palestine, she support Palestine. I said, oh no, Betty, you missed it. We talked about the
Congo, Haiti.
We talked
all the political prisoners.
Every issue. And we had the people that was there that's fighting on these front lines that was giving information. Jeruba coming from Africa to come here yesterday to be a part of the program to bring information and then going up to New York. It's hard again.
You're good now.
You're good.
Coming off of here.
That's right.
But it was so much that was happening here. And the fact that we're together, the program that you're bringing together. And I'm saying everything happened, energized you more to do more of what it is that you're doing. It was an organizing, the organizing that came out yesterday as well. The opportunity wherever we be at is always an organizing effort. The fact of what Mike is doing. Mike has, and I want y'all to talk about your program too. Mike, talk about what it is that you have coming up as well.
Wow, you know what? I got a lot of things going on.
Which one?
Yeah, which
Real
one?
talk.
So,
I'll name 3.
Let's name one. Start off with one.
the 13 run challenge.
That's one.
13 run challenge. So, that's one.
Well, tell us about the purpose and what's the 13 run challenge.
The 13 run challenge is I'm running 13 half marathons, and each one is in honor of the people that were bombed May 13th, 1985.
Wow.
So this May is 39 years since the bombing, and it leads up to the runs will lead up to the 40-year anniversary. So starting in May and ending in May 2025.
The next month.
Starting in May next month.
Yep.
Ending in May next year.
Okay.
Every month. 13 miles. And I'm running in different cities around the country. Chicago's one of them.
Yes, indeed.
Where you starting at?
Starting in Philly. And the first one, I'm going to be running to different landmarks that MOVE protested at. So I'll be running to the Philadelphia Zoo. MOVE protested against the abuse and imprisonment of animals. City Hall, of course. Penn for stealing the remains of new children that were bombed in '85. I'll be running to there's a few like the Liberty Bell and a few other spots, and then back to Osage Avenue where the bombing happened. And that's one. And I'm also inviting people to join. I got 2 squads. I got the cheer squad. And we got the run squad. So for people that want to cheer for me,
So
I can do that.
What if you want to run but you can't run 13 miles?
You want to run but you can't run 13 miles. If you want to run 1 mile, I want everybody that wants to run with me because they're part of the run squad, to cross the finish line with me. So at mile 12, when I reach mile 12, start running with me.
If you only can run a mile.
If you can run a mile.
Oh, that's decent.
If you want to run a mile,
I got 4 of me.
if you got 4 in you,
I got at least 4.
When I reach what is that? Mile 9?
Yeah.
Start running with me.
Okay.
And then we'll cross the finish line together.
I might need to run all 13 with you.
Come on, man.
I might need to.
Listen, let me tell you something. People ask me, why are you doing this? And how does this connect with revolutionary work and so and so and so and so? The most revolutionary thing you can do is be healthy.
Whoa.
What is the point of revolution if it's not protecting your own health? What is the purpose of revolution if you're not talking about fighting for your own salvation?
Right.
And health and fitness is that. Every day we're under the gun. We talk about being a fight that a war that we're waged in.
Yeah.
The war on our health is constant. Yeah. McDonald's and all of these fast food restaurants, people don't even recognize the actual taste of food, really, because we're bombarded with this other stuff, this processed stuff that's killing our health. You go to different countries that don't accept certain things like GMOs and processing a certain way, and they don't even, you try to take, I remember Haiti had an earthquake a few years ago,
right.
And when they needed food, America said, we're going to send you a bunch of food. They sent them a bunch of GMO stuff. We wouldn't feed that to starving children because it's poison. But here in America, people eat it every day and we're forced to, right? So, you know, but that's the war on our health. What was the Panthers doing? Feeding children.
Right.
What? To protect their health.
Right.
What are the people that's protesting against the pipeline doing? They're fighting to protect their land so that they can continue to protect their health. What are we fighting against the war in Palestine for? The health of people. That's what it comes down to. So if we're not protecting our own health, man, we're in trouble. And then, how about this? I don't care how bad your rap is. You could be able to say the most colorful words that have everybody up and ready to fight and ready to rumble in an uproar, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not healthy, how you want to even talk? Right? You know, so that's why I'm doing it. And as a person who grew up and moved, health was always a very important part of it. How you gonna fight the police if you ain't strong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and you know, we gotta live long. So that's like what's behind it. We ran together. The kids, we always ran, and you know, this is in memory and in honor of them. Man, and 5 of them kids were killed. 6 of them were in the house, and the last one, Birdie, he didn't get killed by the bomb, but he was also very affected by it, and then later he died too. So, you know, I think about them kids all the time, and that's one of the reasons why the 13 Run Challenge is important. It's going to be on May 13th at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you're not an early riser, you won't miss it. But be an early riser. This is
what time you say in the morning?
I'm take off is at 7 a.m. From 7 a.m.
Where you leaving out of?
We're starting at Osage Avenue, the 6200 block of Osage, where it intersects with Cobbs Creek Parkway. And if you want to join the cheer squad, join the cheer squad. Go to my website www.mikeafricajr.com/register for the cheer squad. If you want to run, join the run squad, and I'll see you out there.
I might have to start practicing because
listen,
If you're gonna be in it, it's not a mic. You gotta start practicing.
no question.
All right, don't say it on mic.
Let me tell you something.
You're right, you're right.
You
This is mama. This is mama playing, Lottie playing.
you listen. You have never felt better. I don't care what you do for fun.
Yeah.
You've never felt better after a workout.
No, that's real talk.
Where you put some real extra years on your life.
Yeah.
You know, what the guy said. He said, if you're having a bad day, go work out. If you're having a good day, go work out. Like if things aren't working in the place, you know how they say this too shall pass. You be tired. Oh, nobody likes being sore after a good workout. But this too shall pass, and you won't recognize yourself in a year. You know, people will walk past you because they didn't know that was you.
Yeah.
Because you've changed.
Inspirational, man.
You know, like listen, and real talk. We, you know, if you're not what they said, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. You know what I mean? Like we're constantly moving.
Yeah.
What direction are we going in?
Yeah.
You know, there's only a certain amount of time we get to ascend.
Yeah.
You know, but you can prolong that. You can keep that going. You know what I mean? Look at Pam. Pam outworked everybody.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't want to say her age if she don't want to say it.
Man.
77.
77 years old.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, this is real important. So that's what I got going on. And also the other big thing we got going on is we're creating an archive, a Move archive, to preserve the legacy of Move, and we want to start displaying that. At some point, we're going to start, getting more into that. That's something we're going to do. The first exhibit, like a pop-up exhibit at the Paul Robeson House, starting on. We're going to do that on May, I think, the 18th. So people can come out and see. We have like one of Move's original bullhorns. We have like some charred fire. Some of the papers that we have are from the house that was bombed May 13th. That made it. It survived the blaze. Wow. And we'll have some of that on display. And some artistic expressions that we did for Move. But that's what I got going on. And people should come out and support it. Learn a lot. There's a lot to learn. Listen. Like I said, man, there's nothing more important than health. And there's nothing more revolutionary than health. That is the purpose of revolution in the first place. When people are out there fighting against the nuclear power plant that the government is trying to build, why are we fighting against it? Because it's going to pollute the air and it's going to affect our health. It's going to pollute the ground and it's going to affect our health. That is the purpose of revolution. Right. Che Guevara said it. Revolution comes from a deep sense of love. Mm-hmm. What do we love? Each other, ourselves. That's what this is about.
It's one of my favorite quotes.
So, tell us about Black Men Bill. Tell us a little bit about Black Men Bill. Tell us why you started, why it's been started, why.
Well, Black Men Build is a political organization of black men organizing black men in order to free our communities, and I'm involved because I politically align with that. Mm-hmm. Berto can talk more about it.
It's a membership-based grassroots political organization, bringing black men and their families into the movement for racial, social, gender justice through power building campaigns, political education, and survival programs. And so we also do men's circles to raise the conscious level of men, be better husbands, better sons, better brothers. So it's an organization that's really just meeting brothers where they are and trying to bring them into the movement. So one of our slogans is "Come as you are, grow as you go." I know a lot of times political movement or political education can be intimidating to a brother maybe who's never engaged with reading or doesn't come from a certain lineage. And so it's like, we try to just make it more accessible, but also highlight the importance of getting involved in movement to liberate your people.
I really like what you said about, and I'd like to hear more about the part about the brothers and women. Yeah. Can you share a little bit more about that?
About brothers and women.
Like how brothers treat their mothers, their sisters, their wives.
So we highlight, that we're parts of systems of white supremacy, of patriarchy. There's a lot of contradictions that we live in.
What is patriarchy?
Patriarchy, I understand. Oh, okay, thank you. This is a copy of our late issue 4 of our Wartime, which is a free publication that we put on. But you also can find it on our website.
That's a free publication?
Yeah.
That's an expensive publication.
Yeah.
That one's signed though. So
that's
this particular
great grandson's book.
Okay.
From them.
Yeah.
Okay. So patriarchy. What is patriarchy?
So I understand patriarchy to be a system where the lens is the gaze of normal society is through male supremacy or males being at the forefront of whatever issue it may be, and particularly white males. And so if you've learned, that a man shouldn't cry, if a man shouldn't show emotion, if a man should pay for everything, a man should always, these things that sometimes contradict a lived experience or contradict a balance of masculine and feminine energy. So that's what I understand it to be. So I think that will affect how you talk to, how you treat your mother, how you treat your sister, how you treat your female co-worker, right? And a lot of us have, you may have been raised with a father who who had a patriarchy lens, and so right.
Patriarchy seems like a tug and pull because like certain people, like people are okay with parts of it.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, but they're not okay with all of it. Like, okay, the men gonna pay for everything. Sound good to me. Let me put my wallet. Let me put that back in my pocket. But then, like, when it comes to like, you know, other things, I'm not doing no dishes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not. That's a woman's job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So even that statement.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that. So it's like it feels like there's these. It's hard to deal with for some communities because people really like parts of it.
I'll challenge that. Or just raise more about it. So one, in order to bring up just Black Men Build in terms of its inception, the fifth value of Black Men Build is that we are bonded with Black women and all Black people in the true liberation for our people. Black people. And the Black Men Build was started as a response to a love letter from Black women to Black women. That word is essentially Black women who were organizers who ended up becoming the founders of Black Men Build and asked them to organize themselves as Black men in order to serve the movement. And that is why Black Men Build was even formed in the first place. So in order to be the organization that it is, it must respond to the needs of Black women in particular and women in general. It must be able to challenge patriarchal norms and challenge white supremacy as a patriarchal construct. So in order, and this thing that you bring up that I hear often, and I love talking about because it's endless, so you can always go into it, and it's just at least to bring up awareness around the contradictions of it, and to honor the first value, which is we are critical thinkers, to be able to think critically about these things.
Right.
Is that sometimes people just look at the effects of patriarchal norms and see that women are benefiting. But if you really apply a critical lens and see why that feeling is even there, that there's a benefit happening there, like your example was, oh, I don't have to pay for dinner, I'll just put my money away.
Right.
What are the statistics around how much money women make? What is the history around what kind of dependency we've had in terms of dependency towards men and having money? What year were we allowed to start having even credit cards? It was within my lifetime. So is that really a benefit of patriarchy? Or is it just an effect of it that we're just trying to get by? And you can't policy your way into freedom. I've heard that from Black revolutionary politics, and the way that I've seen it, the pattern that I've seen thus far, is anything you can apply to Black revolutionary politics. If you change the words to gender, it can still apply. So we can't policy our way into our own liberation and fighting patriarchy.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is it really true that credit cards were allowed for women within your lifetime?
Was it like 97? Was it 87? 77? No.
That can't be true.
I'm gonna look. I want to Google this right now.
Okay, good.
Because I don't want to be wrong, and I'm on live. And that's embarrassing.
What's more important though is the thing
Credit
about
cards.
Like, you gotta be married in order to have a credit card. Not that long ago, legally at least. Maybe in practice, I don't know. It was different, but
I don't know about that.
okay.
I
I'm Googling. I want to credit.
I'm saying because I didn't have credit cards then, it didn't had the desire. And because one thing I found out when I was able to get that JCPenney card and those other cards, and what I thought I wanted, I went and got, and then I was in a whole lot of debt with all these damn cards and not enough money to pay them off. So when I paid them off, then nobody had to cut mine off. That was it. So when, I don't know what kind of credit cards you were talking about.
Not my lifetime. I was wrong. But hey, still not that long ago.
So read it for the people. What's it?
What is that?
Read it.
What is that?
Okay, women weren't legally allowed to open credit cards unless they were married until 1974. It's not that long ago.
That's in my lifetime.
Wow.
That's our lifetime. That's our lifetime.
It's not mine. I'm sorry. It's not mine, but it is.
Women, but we understood credit cards unless they were married.
Or without permission
Since
from a patriarchal figure, without permission from their father. Like, this isn't that far
It's
off.
not deep when we talk about an oppressive country.
I guess the JD credit card maybe apply.
Why do you think?
Sorry.
So I see. I wanted to do that though because, you know, accuracy with information is really important.
Extremely.
And you know, we want people to be able to. If we said it,
Yeah.
it's true. And when you verify it, is even. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So you know, because people will say. In my mind, the first thing I'm thinking of, I had a credit card. I remember her jacking them joints up and said, I'd never pay them because what can they do to me?
You were married?
She was not married.
Oh, okay.
But it was in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just thinking of it. I know a lot of other people are going to think of it too.
Right.
But you just Googled it and proved it as fact, right? So as long as we can trust Google.
For as long as I can trust the first text that comes up in Google, which you can't.
We can trust Google. But okay, but see, patriarchy.
Yeah.
I grew up, my grandmother my first experience with women was my grandmother and my aunt. My grandmother was born in the 30s. And, you know, there are certain ways that people that were raised in that era are. Men don't do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Women do certain things that men don't do, and vice versa. But, you know, there's a lot of people like that.
Sure.
And keeping these things going. So I'm asking what is patriarchy for clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Because we hear a lot of words a lot of times and we really don't know what it means.
Right.
Sure.
We just hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just wanting things to be clear about what that is.
Look up patriarchy.
Okay. You want me to Google it?
Patriarchy. So we can have a clear understanding of what it is.
Use Google's words, not mine.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that I was just telling Chairman outside before we came in. There's three things that I think that we need to do as a people, period. And that is that we need to have a plan. We need to execute that plan. I think we need to get clear on being accurate with our stuff, like professionally accurate. Like, you know, we need to be accurate with the information. And we need to treat women better. Women have they are so amazing and important, and women don't get treated right. They don't get enough respect. They don't get enough love, and men are doing a very poor job of treating women better. And you can hear it in this rap music and this other music. You see it on television, and it's in the communities and the people and this whole my baby mama, this and that, and the words that women are called is disgusting. And that is, I think, one of the most important things that we need to do is treat women better. And I think that understanding that and doing that sets things back into balance. Without that, they're going to be just like they are, out of balance. And so, I mean, I didn't know what you guys were doing or what your thing was. This is who I am and how I've been living.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been married. Me and Robin been together for 27 years.
I just talked about this last night. I just talked about this about you last night.
You very much did.
About this last night about you.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said that you are the role model in treating a woman correctly. And like I always look at you like you're an inspiration to me in that area.
Thanks, bro.
No, seriously.
I'm
and I told everybody that was there that didn't we speak about that?
Absolutely. You highlighted it a few times.
Because like this guy is really tremendous. Like he's really tremendous when it comes to loving his wife.
Yeah.
That's all.
So when he's saying this, it was like, wow, like he shows this.
Yeah.
He shows it.
Yeah.
You know what? I was raised by really good people, and I had influence by really good people, and most of my influences were women. And like Pam know me ever since I was born, and she's been one of my heroes since I known her. You know what I mean? And like, you can't disrespect no women in Pam's house. You can't disrespect anybody in Pam's house, but you certainly can't disrespect no women. And so like, and she wasn't the only one. And, you know, just having that respect and having that understanding, and, you know, you see some of the, like Chairman's mom, like, to know what she went through and what she did. Like, me and Chairman, look, the way we were born, like, the way he was born, with, you know, the way he was in his mother's belly, going through that, right, experiencing that, you know how strong she had to be to actually give birth to a whole man.
No, that's real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Who would want to disrespect that? Right? And so, like,
you know, in case people don't know what you're talking about, and let them know what was happening while he was in the womb, what happened to his father and what the mother had to
December 4th, 1969. You know, the police came and raided their house and shot up all these bullets, just bullets, hundreds of bullets everywhere, aiming at his father and his mother and him and Mark Clark. And they killed his father while his mother was right there, you know, pregnant with him. And, you know, to know that, like, you know, we hear about certain things, and we watch these movies of these tragedies happen, but we're living with those tragedies within our community.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think the you know, I mean, it's all kind of injustices in what happened. But like the way Mark Lamont Hill was talking on the thing, we count the victories too.
Right.
You know, and the fact that Mama Akua was able to withstand that, go through that, and then give birth to Chairman, and he's sitting right here, right now, today,
Struggling.
You know what I'm saying? And not only a whole person, a whole human being, but carrying on the legacy of his father. There's not enough that can be spoken about his mother.
Yeah.
That's right.
For doing that, and how we not gonna respect these women?
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, yo, Pac, right? Pac was. I've talked to Tupac's mother back in 1994, and he was here in Philly at the time. He was at, I think he was at the Roots picnic or something, or the Greek fest. Yeah. And I was talking to her on the phone, and she said, you know, my son was almost born in jail just like you. And she said, but you know, she was saying how she, you know, and she was saying when she said, here's his number. He always changing his number. He always moving around. She said, but when he get back, I want y'all to connect. I was telling you about this. And you were, at the time, you were talking to him too, and he was talking about starting this organization, whatever. But, you know, what she had to go through and how she represented herself in court to get free so that she didn't have to have her baby in jail. And like, yo, where's the movie about that? I mean, Pop.
They're not going to tell our movies for us.
What? Like, that's exactly why we doing movies.
Right.
That's exactly why we writing books.
Mumia had wrote an article, one of his commentaries he did on Tupac. Fanny saw that. And she wrote Mumia a Dear Mumia letter to let him know you don't know a damn thing about her son. And you know what you read. She gave him the real story. Yes, there was some problems there. How did them problems happen and stuff? She gave him the real Tupac. And Mumia wrote about her writing to him and correcting him on that. That mom.
These are real people.
And you know, she wasn't the one, you know, to let that slide. Mumia was too big for that. And no. And she, like Mumia said, she whooped that ass. And you know, she wrote him out. She corrected him. She didn't write, and she did not write out about that. He did. He let people know. And you know, people can be duped.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they can be really duped. This media is horrible.
Yes.
You know what Tupac said, he never had a record until when
he made a record.
he made a record.
You know,
Then they started coming after him. The truth and the words that he was saying at that particular point, the fact that he could draw the youth, they saw that danger in him.
Definitely.
And for a minute, they had him.
Yeah.
But that root that was set in him, kept fighting that monster that they was trying to put there, or that bad side to bring that out. And people need to really know the story of Tupac.
That was it.
We got so many layers.
Right.
Our situation and the deal is like every discussion we have, whether it be the drug usage, the type of music, our relationships, or lack of relationships. Man, this system, and I people say, we champion for you always blaming the white man, the government, and we do. I can't, and I think like in music, just like it's inspirational. You know what I'm saying? You and your wife, you and Robin, on the social media. I'm mad. I missed this. I tell you, that's why I said, but you look at it, and how people need that. And it's a wedding I just missed recently. This is K-Love. Now she's Mrs. Lee, and his brother. They just got married. And I wanted to be in town for it, and I've been reposting it. The images are so inspirational, but there's so many dynamic, and we fortunate to have, you know what I'm saying, to have men and women, and the deal is to acknowledge it's an attack on that.
Oh yeah,
it's an attack, and it's more, and the generational damage, the incentives to, you know what I'm saying, what you in the music industry, you know what I'm saying, to degrade women to each other, you know what I'm saying, and not just. And the deal is, we have a conversation, the balance of it. We just came back from Detroit. Me, Larry Hoover Jr., Shanique, his wife, we rode. We have a discussion about a situation at the gas station where this guy had came, and they seen this guy come, you know what I'm saying, put hands on this woman. And then how me and Larry Hoover was talking about the whole dynamic. And she was talking about how it was normal with them, how they dealt with each other. Yeah, correct. Yeah, this is, and then the imbalance, like this, you know what I'm saying, and how we have to acknowledge this dynamic, and then and he had to fight us like how I deal with this, you know what I'm saying, and then we got to Detroit, there's a panel, and this one lady, she asked a question. She said, well, it was myself, Hill Harper, got this brother named in Detroit, and brother named 100 Suits. He in New York. They call 100 Suits. And when she asked the question, you could see it came from a position of trauma, of damage. It was so, she said, first she started up about black women. Then she said, the truth. And then she said, don't see us. She said, how you treat black women. Then she was pushing that. It was so reactionary. Before she got midway into it, she said, well, just women in general. I said, you come in. The dynamic of I'm not a racist, I'm a realist. Race is the top tool used by this system. And we have a conversation about comedy, about drug usage, that, you know what I'm saying, to pick and I like to hear people talk, they're interchangeably using. Like, I heard people say, well, black men, then they become just men. Now, I said, hold on, let's get this clear. I was sophomore in high school. I remember the teacher, you know what I'm saying, she said something, I woke up and come knocking on, here we go, and she said something in class about, she said, mankind destroyed the earth. I said, whoa. I said, hold on. She said, well, we're not with it. I said, well, be clear, be specific. Be specific. I said, I'm not claiming. I said, don't be putting that on. I said, well, who? She said, mankind. I said, no, white man. You know what I'm saying? I said, we gonna say, be specific.
Right.
And it's in like, people ask about the dynamic. Remember another discussion up with me and Larry was talking. He said, what's your assessment about like this whole fashion a lot of cats got with Trump? You know what I'm saying? Like in the community, like people say, like, I said they have starved the community of so many images, representation of manhood, womanhood, childhood. They in Chicago on the trains, on the L train, they selling the pictures of Trump, the mug shot. The mugshot picture.
Right.
And people were trying to seek out anything that closely identified this way. That's it. When he black, he going to jail. Crazy that sound. But look what the images of real men. You know what I'm saying? A 15-year-old child told me school, Winnie Mandela school. I was in there. I'm teaching the school then, and he got kind of raised up. He raised up, and I raised back up with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember 15. I said we go to Winnie Mandela. They said they don't care about who she is. They don't know. They don't want us. I said, this school name Winnie Mandela. You think you can have this discussion? And the principal walked past. They thought they so used to males, not men. Like, but quiet enough. I said, no, I'm holding my ground. We're going to have a position like this. So you got to run up who he is in the streets. Man, miss me with all that. He cried up. He teared up. He said, man, you the first man I ever met. This 15-year-old child told me this. And my eyes got watery when he said that. Then he said, they kill people like you. That's the way they done Malcolm. The way they done Chairman Fred. That's ingrained. That's ingrained. Because so they opens the door for generations to say, well, I can be a man without the, you know what I'm saying, like, without the heat that comes with it. That's why I love my identify with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because they say it's reactionary. They say, well, man, he going to get system. They don't see all that he can put the resource for the bond. He's a white man. You know what I'm saying? So people, it's a reactionary response to it, but it's layers that we have to have. Like, I look at news and crime different. This young lady, about 22 years old, Chicago police, got killed on the east side of Chicago. When I first seen it on the news, they say the guys pulled up, she bust, they say they busted each other. Mm-hmm. And I said, they said jump off to the car, she just got off duty. I said, man, it's some deep stuff going on here. Mm. Lo and behold, two of the boys that got this case, they just come out of this prison, juvenile prison, on the west side of Chicago. We go up there last week to go protest it. We get up there, the protesters, in front of the discussion right now, you know what I'm saying? We get there, Dame Dash, they come. They come over there, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to be able to go, me, the Senator Collins, Dame Dash, and we supposed to be able to go and review what's going on up inside there. They lock us in the end. They cancel the bill. You can't go in there. They lock us in the interlock. You get real crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy. But the medication they shooting them boys up with, knocking their sperm count down. They shoot them. They turn illegal. They getting dope habits, and the therapist over there is all white women, all white women, and you know what I'm saying? Like in the schools. I was speaking one time, a young lady, that same school in Mandela, she stood, she said, I don't have a question. She said, I have a comment. She said, Mr. Hampton, you changed my life. She said, you taught me at that school, you know. And the sisters that was there, they said, what? They kept on saying, you was a teacher. They couldn't believe it. I said, let me explain to y'all why y'all can't believe it. Because y'all come up like a lot of us come up. At the most, a black man was a janitor in a school. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's a reason to that. We have a reactionary assessment. We think like they had the white women teachers in the school. And I was thinking that's because they're concerned about the system is set up where their student loans are forgiven if they do a certain amount of time in the jungle.
Yep.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
These are the roots that we have to start talking about because it's an imbalance.
Right.
I want it stop. I'm going to say this in closing.
Right.
It's a family member of mine. I'm 11, 12 years old. I come in the house. Dude hunting a guy, he get into it. He put his hands on him. I jump in it to get him up off her. Both of them turn around and get out on me. Huh? This is a real story.
Yeah.
And I talked about it later on. She said, and I use this to organize. I tell people, so when I say, pick your moves, assess situations. You know what I'm saying? I say, because naturally, my nature tells me to do certain things. But the deal is also, I acknowledge that man, toxicity is serious. I say, because also in this, once we need more women representation in hip hop. I said, tell me about the men representation in hip hop. The men, not the males, the men.
Yeah.
They have a psychological profile on everyone they grab. And you know what I'm saying? Kanye was shocked when he was on that dream camp. He was talking, and he said, damn. He said, I want to be them. He told the white people, the same ones he was criticizing. It came out of his mouth. The Kardashians ain't shooting dice. From Lamar Odom to OJ, Kanye had his mouth said the movie Get Out was about his life. We have to acknowledge this. You know, so there's some casualties in this war. There's running around. I tell you, when you drive, don't take for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That the same. And it's the fight for us to acknowledge that. The damage from that song with Moneybagg Yo and Glorilla. It's different than the Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. You know what I'm saying? They embracing each other. The toxicity that was coming from both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like calling each other niggas and bitches. It was a toxic balance. I hate to say it. And to come in to say, okay, this gender is wrong. This gender, you know what I'm saying? We have to up the ante. Similar to the position that was took in North Korea, where people like Kim Il-sung said, man, told us U.S., the South Korea, they aligned with that. You know what I'm saying? In Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? To draw the lines was different. They do that. This sort of prostitute that's getting down against the French is a different sort of prostitute than those that align with the United States. We have to up the ante. There's they're just going to cross lines, even gender and family lines. Malcolm X said it was a picture of a Chinese girl on the front of Lifetime magazine with a 45 her daddy head. They said, what are you doing? She said, he betrayed the revolution. To come to grips with that, to say, damn, because the deal is you trace everything, the content of our relationships, I guarantee you, the way, like people talking about there was slavery in Africa, I say true. We come from the cloth of Sheikh Anta Diop. It was a different dynamic. We didn't gut your humanity out of you. You know what I'm saying? We had issues, we had problems, you know what I'm saying? But you say it was slavery. This person in Africa, your child, you know what I'm saying, may not be a slave. Your particular religion, child slavery, guts, it's like, it means that. Property. It guts the humanity out of you. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Even how we talk about sexual relationships. People like this, I'm beating you out of something. You know what I'm saying? I told her, oh, this is to learn, to turn, they say. You know what I'm saying? I got this money from him. That's imperialism. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, I exploited you. As opposed, it's a relationship. We supposed to both benefit. And the deal is, it's imbalance, you know what I'm saying? And I tell a lot of people with children, I say, man, that child right there gonna corrupt the crops. I done told people, I say, man, check that. You know what I'm saying? People be living all over in our communities. They could put one situation, one person, man, there's a town in Alabama, they put one snitch in there with 8 kilos of cocaine and 7 AKs. Now, it's not one black man in that whole town.
And with that, we got to get ready to end.
Oh, man, this was therapeutic.
Right. And listen, man, and this is what Let's Talk Black is about.
Yeah.
This is what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, freely being able to talk about the issues, no cut, no nothing, getting on each other, talking about each other, sharing with each other, growing with each other. And firstly and foremostly, waking up those who don't understand what the little bit we understand. Yeah. You know, and that's what it's about. And we're going to continue to do this, and we're going to build together because we got these 2 shows that we talking about, you know, and we're going to work together. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to learn, and we're going to continue to move. Yeah. But right now, we're going to continue.
Can I get real cool story?
Not a story. No, you can't get a story. No, you can't get a story. You can't. You can come back on. No, please come back on. Part 2. Part 2. Part 2.
I got you.
You can give us part 2. And even if you don't come, you can call.
I get it.
And we'll have part 2.
Remember the story.
Remember the story. Don't forget the story because we want to hear it. And I'm sure my people,
I got you.
Our people is going to want to hear it.
Yeah.
So that's more reason for you to come back.
No doubt.
And we want to thank y'all for listening. And we're going to thank all y'all viewers that's going to watch this all for the next 30 days because it's going to be on for 30 days. And I want to thank my guests, my comrades, my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles.
Yes.
I want to thank y'all because it's no show without y'all. It's no show without us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So we want to
continue,
thank
y'all for opening up.
And like I said earlier, my father said, you better do something. He didn't say better. He said, don't leave this earth without doing something small.
Did you say, I don't know if you, who your father, did you say who your father was? Did we say that?
Not today.
They watch his show every day.
They watch my show every
week. You got
week.
some new viewers though.
All right. Well, my father is Sekou Odinga.
one of the founding members of the Black Panthers in New York, one of the founding members of the PLA in New York, part of the Panther 21, part of the those who freed Assata Shakur, and we could go, the list goes on and 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 on, like the other freedom fighters. And, you know, we call ourselves sons of guns because we weren't the guns, our father was the guns. Correct? Correct?
We're going to go.
No doubt.
When we come back, we're going to go.
Sons of guns.
His lineage, we got, hey, I don't know, we got to cover so much stuff.
Yeah, it's just so much to cover, man. It's just so much to do. It's so much work.
I look forward to coming back.
Yeah, and I'm glad to have you. We appreciate you, cuz.
Oh, man.
You know, and we appreciate you. And we appreciate you. You know, we do hugs. So we do hugs.
Gender.
And y'all know we appreciate the queen, Mama Pam. You know, warrior woman. You know, who's still fighting. She was riding a motorcycle yesterday with the red, black, and green flag. Like she's 70-something years old. She got pictures of it.
I got you.
And we'll put it on. We'll put it on the line. It's on my Facebook page too. It's on my Facebook page too.
77 years old.
77 years old, and got on a motorcycle for the first time. And was on the back of it like she knew what she like she been on it for all her life. You know,
my son Kevin is pissed with you.
Yeah,
because he had a motorcycle and I would never
get on it.
But she got on for her nephew.
Well, this
I ain't say that, did I? I ain't say that loud, did I? All right, so before we go though, we want to see if anybody have any comments that we can answer real quick. Any comments that we need to. Usually it happens during the week.
You know, there's an article on the Black Men Build Wartime magazine called "Worth Our Weight in Guns."
We'll talk about that. We'll bring y'all back on to talk about that.
Philly Black Bear said, "Facts, y'all fathers was the ones." And then Haribu Joka Jama said he put the fists up. Muscle
This
up.
comments real time for today.
Yeah, right now, real time.
I got all this technology.
Because you got it too. You just gotta have another phone to look at it.
Okay.
I can't see all that.
All right. So we'll look at it. We'll and we said that we're gonna start. If people have questions and we see them after the show, we'll answer them the next show. You know. So continue to watch. Continue to pass it on. Share it with your friends. Share it with your brothers. Share it with your sisters. Share it with your enemies. Because your enemies don't have to continue to be your enemies. Some of your enemies are only enemies because they're ignorant and they don't know.
Okay. Felicia Anu is watching. Pierre, you know who you are. Yes, free them all. So then the same person said, "Free Mumia Abu Jamal."
That's right.
Somebody else said, "Free Mumia." Okay, the People's Political Party of Defense of the People, Mina Ashun. Free Larry Hoover. Free them all. Free them all. Free my father.
Who your father? Who your father?
Pretty Tony. Pretty Tony said, "Free my father."
Okay, Pretty Tony, you gotta tell us about who your father is. Yeah. You gotta free them all because if you're a black person in America, in these prison systems, you're a political prisoner.
And then Felicia said, "Long live the revolutionary spirit of the Black Panthers."
That's right. That's right.
And more comments gonna come in. We'll talk about it next.
All right. So thank y'all. We're gonna end.
Right on.
We're gonna end here and thank y'all. We'll see y'all next Wednesday, I think, but we'll let it know if it's not gonna be next Wednesday. Next Wednesday between 7 and 8. Free them all.
Free them all.
Let's talk black. Talk black to me, baby. Thank y'all for coming.
Oh, this is fire, man. This is
Follow Black Men Bill. Follow Chairman Fred.
I love the show.
Pay the cost. Look, you gotta be like him, a bit like her. The revolution gonna reoccur. You say cool, be Jalil. Who really wanna get free for real? Be your soldier, be your rebel. Who wanna take it to another level? Be a G, be a lay. If you want some liberation, better start today. Don't be like Mike, we gotta be like Fred. said. Hampton, that's right, that's what I said. Gotta be the Honda, be beside her. Baby in the right with black power, mama. You know, snitching, don't see no fear. Comrades,
No, he was not.
Oh, because I was going to share it while it was happening. It's
I'm on Instagram and
I should have went to your page to share it.
Talk Black to me. You can share it. You can still share it. You can
That's the thing. So, like, when you start the live, you could, everybody in the room could start it and start share the live immediately so that their followers can click on the live and your
We gotta start doing it.
Or you can do the live together and stream it. You can do the work.
Then you want Instagram together. Okay, talk to people you made and share it on Instagram page. I want to take out this story. I want to take out that story.
Talk Black to me. Yes.
No, I can't do that.
Why?
I'm not black.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You a person of color is black.
I want to take out the story.
Yeah, I wanna be free like Frida. This I said Frida. So much freedom every time I see her. She painted pictures, she saw herself. She finished the revolution that she saw herself. And that's real. That's real. When you think of revolution,
Finish, she said finish.
it's real.